Welcome back to the David Pakman Show. My name is Brittany Page from the Page Perspective here on YouTube, and I am your guest host for today. I want to thank David and his wonderful team for having me back, and if you have been enjoying my guest hosting today or in the past, please subscribe to my channel. I am so close to 100,000 subscribers, and I would love it if you would help me make my goal. It's always a battle out here against the YouTube algorithm, but I'm so appreciative to David for giving me the opportunity to be here with all of you. Now, Daniel Penny was recently acquitted in New York. He was on trial for killing a homeless man on a train in New York City. That man was named Jordan Neely. This happened last year. Daniel Penny was found not guilty of criminally negligent homicide. This after a jury was previously deadlocked on another charge, a more serious charge of second-degree manslaughter. This case has exposed a political divide, with Penny supporters appearing outside the courthouse carrying signs calling him a hero. But it wasn't just supporters outside the courtroom, it's also Fox News. Fox News hosts are calling him a hero. Fox News hosts are also using this as an opportunity to go on their usual racist tirades, like Laura Ingraham did, for example. Conservatives are calling Daniel Penny a hero for choking a homeless man to death on a train after that man, Jordan Neely, was acting erratic and crying out that he was hungry and thirsty and willing to die or go to jail. It's sickening and tragic. While conservatives praise Daniel Penny as a hero, many on the left recognize the systemic failures that contributed to Jordan Neely's life of poverty and mental distress and feel that he should have been helped rather than choked. And you can count me among the group that takes that position, as I most certainly do not believe that Daniel Penny is a hero. Now that he's a free man, Daniel Penny actually sat down for an interview with Judge Jeanine from Fox. And I'm going to play a clip for you from that because it says a lot about where we are as a society, on how we view homeless people, how we view people living in poverty. It says a lot about the lives that we deem valuable and not, the lives that we view as worthy of protection and not. So here's a clip of the interview with Daniel Penny and Judge Jeanine Pirro.
Will you take the subway again?
Yeah, and I have been. I believe in New York. I love New York.
Knowing what you know now, Danny, if you faced the same situation again, would you do it again?
Yeah, totally. I would not be able to live with myself if I didn't do anything in that situation and someone got hurt.
Okay, wait. Daniel, or Danny, as Jeanine calls him, I guess they're best pals. Someone did get hurt. Someone is dead. His name is Jordan Neely. You say you wouldn't be able to live with yourself if someone got hurt, but someone is dead. Is he listening to himself? I don't, let's see where he goes after that.
I would feel guilty for the rest of my life. And I think I'm in a position, and all people, if they're in a position to help, should always help. I think that's the New York thing to do. It's the American thing to do. And yeah, I would.
I mean, listen, what is he gonna do? Is he gonna come on the show and say that he's filled with regret, he did the wrong thing, he shouldn't have done it? Even if he did believe that, which I don't think he does, he wouldn't say that because he just got acquitted. So he says it is everyone's duty to help, right? I guess I would just ask, what does it mean to help? And listen, so much of this is filtered through our own biases, just like anything else. Our own experiences color our beliefs about a situation. But even if you believe Jordan Neely was a danger to others, and you take that step of getting him in a chokehold, do you need to choke him for 6 minutes? I hope we all know that it takes only seconds to lose consciousness when being choked. 6 minutes? Well, that's going to kill someone. I fear the consequences of this ruling. I really do. I fear what it tells people about how they should comport themselves in the face of a person who is acting erratically, who needs actual help, who's being failed by the system that refuses to help those in poverty in this country. And did you know that a key witness testified in the trial that he lied about the threat that Neely posed to his physical safety because he was afraid and trying to protect himself from a murder charge? This evidence doesn't seem to matter to a lot of people who comment on the case, and it certainly doesn't seem to matter to Judge Jeanine or her fellow hosts. And let's hear some commentary from them after playing this segment of the interview, specifically from Steve Doocy, and how safe he would feel on the subway with Daniel Penny at his side.
Think about it. If Danny Penny sat down next to you on a subway, I'd love that. Hey, sit next to me on the subway. But a lot of people here in New York, he's a bad guy, even though he has been fully exonerated by a jury of his peers.
And that's why I said, let me
sit next to me.
Make clear what AOC said. AOC said the subways are less safe because of people like Jordan Neely.
What a stupid comment.
What a dumb comment.
Right, and it's for someone who grew up in New York, you should know better.
The female host there got the names mixed up, but no one cared enough before they all agreed that AOC is stupid. Shocking. I would not feel safer with Daniel Penny sitting next to me. I wouldn't. I recognize part of that is because I'm a licensed therapist who every Friday works in an inpatient psychiatric hospital with people who have been court-ordered to be there. And it isn't my first hospital that I've worked in. I, have more experience than the average person being around people in the throes of psychiatric crises. But part of it is that I also live in a city and I take the metro, and I would not feel safe if I witnessed a man choking another man who was crying out for food and water. Even if that man was acting erratic and saying he was willing to die or go to jail. Our society is failing people like Jordan Neely, casting those who live in poverty in the streets aside and forcing them to fend for themselves, sometimes as they struggle with severe psychiatric distress. And rather than actually helping, rather than actually caring, our society does little to nothing to address systemic issues like this. And many don't even seem to view his life as valuable. And that's dangerous. Especially when the affordability crisis in this country means that many of us live in financial precarity and could be in a bad place through no fault of our own. I'm disgusted by conservative media propping Daniel Penny up as a hero for choking a man to death on the subway in New York. Jordan Neely deserved better. He deserved more. Tell me what you think in the comments. My name is Brittany Page from The Page Perspective on YouTube. I want to thank David again for inviting me back to guest host. I want to thank all of you for taking time to join me today and for caring about the world that we live in and the issues that impact us every day. It's been difficult in these days post-election, knowing that Trump will soon retake the White House, but I'm inspired by all of the people who continue to care, who continue to fight, and continue to show up. If you have enjoyed me as guest host today, I'm so close to 100,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel, and I'd appreciate it so much if you would join me over there. If you did not enjoy me as guest host today, and you somehow made it to the end of the show right now, I also accept hateful comments, given that they feed the algorithm. So do what you gotta do, okay? Thanks again, take care, and I'll see you next time, or on my channel.
There are two big problems with the cheap plastic disposable razors. 2/3 of people have skin irritation, and then over 2 billion plastic razors enter our landfills in the United States alone. Now, our sponsor, Henson Shaving, solves both problems. With the plastic disposable razors, you have unstable blades wobbling around as you shave, which causes the irritation. It's like if you were cutting something with scissors or a knife and the blade is wiggling. That's what's happening to your face with the cheap razors. So here's the solution. Razors produced by Henson have a blade that extends only 0.0013 inches past the shave plane. And that means no blade movement, more comfort before and after shaving. This is something only Henson can offer because of their precision manufacturing shop that also makes aerospace parts. Plus, the only part that you replace is the blade itself. The razor will last you a lifetime. Better for your wallet, much better for the planet. It's time to say no to subscriptions and yes to a razor that will last you a lifetime. Go to hensonshaving.com/DavidP to pick the razor for you and use code DavidP to get a free shave cream with your razor. Just remember to add the shave cream to your cart. The link is in the description.